Well, good afternoon, everyone. April Marie here, filling in for Leland. How's it going over there, AJ?
It's going good. Trying to put in some stuff for the weekend,
All right.
So I'm trying to get all this stuff so it will reduce some of the tasks that I got to do.
That you got to keep doing.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I know. I feel bad when I have guests in and then we just we use you just for the breaks and we don't even talk to you. It's so sad.
That's fine.
Uh huh.
It's all
Well,
good.
I know
It
you're getting
allows me to
stuff
get
done.
work done. So
Yeah, that's fair. Uh, uh,
it allows y'all can be distracted and I can get the real work done.
that's
keep,
true.
Keep the station going.
Fair. Fair, I tell you. All right. April Marie here. If you are just tuning in, APRYLMARIE on X. I am on Facebook, but I suck at it. I'm really terrible. I don't do the Book of Faces. I used to post on it more often, but what ended up happening is Facebook is where like the people I know and people who don't even necessarily, it's funny because there are people in my life who have no idea that I do political news or radio or whatever. How can that be? There just are. I don't. There people at church who there are some people at church who know, but it's funny because we talk about it somewhat in hushed whispers. Before or after a mass, I'll talk about filling in for Leland. Hello, if you're listening to some of my dear friends over from St. Francis, but then there are other people who have no idea. So I will announce I'm doing radio, but I will not put, for the most part, by and large, will not put a lot of political content on social media. I just don't, not on my Facebook. On X, I get a really opinionated on X. That's where you can find me with the real fill in, the real candid way I think about things. All right. Um, let's see what our top headlines are for today. Today I am talking a little bit of everything, still enjoying those who are here for the World Cup and the um, and the fun of following them around the country. And so we'll talk about that and more a little bit later. I got a couple callers on the line. Let's go to Katie. Hey, Katie, how's it going?
It's going all right. I wanted to call in about something that was not on the news or that I didn't hear on national news. I heard it on something else. It's that a young man in New Orleans, Louisiana, was cured of sickle cell anemia through gene therapy. It's at the Manning Children's Hospital in New Orleans, and it's on their website. If your callers, are you going to look it up to see and read about it? It's absolutely amazing. I lost a friend to it, and I wish it had been around when she was going through all of what she did. It's the most common genetic blood disorder in the world, and
Wow.
Louisiana has more cases per capita than any other place in the U.S. It's a very debilitating disease, and it mainly affects the black population, but other people get it too.
All right.
But this was huge,
this
huge that something's cured. This was good news. I wanted to bring you a good story.
I appreciate that, Katie. I'm looking now at the young man's face. 23-year-old Daniel
Hmm.
Cressy celebrated the remarkable milestone. Surrounded, the governor came, members of Congress,
Uh-huh.
the mayor, members of his care team, family, and friends. As he rang the bell, sure enough, it is the first sickle cell disease gene therapy, and he has a functional cure. That's amazing. Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Katie.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Yeah. You guys check that out. This is if you just put in a sickle cell cure, there are a number of headlines. It looks like a lot of them, the local media covered it. I'm not seeing a lot of national news. I think that's probably with so much going on and internationally. And we have a tendency to do that as a nation. One thing or two things will dominate the news cycles. Right now, it's New Orleans. Try that again. It's right now. It's Iran, and somehow, this is when you look at the news and you go, "Wait, how did that happen? How did the reflecting pool, the liner of the reflecting pool, become a national story that has overwhelmed the media? Where something good like this doesn't happen? It's by design." It is. It's this was intended to make Trump look bad. It didn't matter how stupid the story was. They were going to go with it, and then the yahoos out there protesting in support of algae. Like, how how much free time do you have on your hand that's what you're doing? I don't know. But good news coming out of New Orleans. The first functional cure of, and I'll have to see why it says functionally cured. I'm guessing there's just the technical of sickle cell disease. So amazing there. We've got Randy on the line. Hey, Randy.
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well today.
Okay, my grandpa lived down there in what they call Wauchula, Florida. It's on the side of Tampa,
Hmm.
Sarasota, around Sarasota and Brayton area. He called it swamp cabbage. Do you know what that is?
I do not know what that is.
It's top of a special tree that you can cook. You can eat it. It tastes just like cabbage.
Huh. I'm looking it up. I can see it right there. Swamp cabbage, raw or cooked heart of a sable palm, native to Florida.
Yeah,
Never seen that before.
it tastes just like cabbage, like boiled or fried cabbage.
Okay, but do you like cabbage?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
I
like
don't.
it
I don't.
fried with some.
I don't know that I am a huge cabbage person.
Yeah, but like my grandpa always said, though, if you're hungry, there's always plenty of food out there. You just know how to get it and cook it.
Ain't that the truth? Wise words from your grandfather, and I love it when I learn something new. So that was 2 calls in a row with new things on this Free for All Friday. If you've got a random fact or something we should know, a story I missed, feel free to call in. Thanks, Randy. I appreciate it.
Oh, all right. All right, bye.
All right, thank you. I'm looking at pictures of it. This is actually kind of I'm not even gonna say it looks like cabbage. Yeah, we'll look into the swamp cabbage. All right, April Marie here, filling in for Leland. Keep the calls coming. I am enjoying learning these new things. Real quick, as I'm talking about random stories and random things, um, we got a teen in Dothan charged with shooting his buddy, and the level of stupidity here, very high, very high. The 2 teenagers were air quotes filming their own music video, and they were using a loaded firearm. Can we talk about what a yahoo you have to be first off, playing with a firearm that is not cleared, that has ammo in it? For the love of all that's holy. The Dothan teenager is being charged as an adult after he shot another one a juvenile in the chest. They were recording a, quote, amateur music video. The shooting happened about 6:30 on Wednesday. When officers arrived, one teenager under the age of 18 had a gunshot wound to the chest. The second, the one who shot him, had already fled the scene. So many things wrong here. First off, we really do need to get back to a place where everyone is taught firearm safety, because it's really freaking simple. You treat every gun as if it's loaded. If you do that, 9 out of 10, maybe a little more than that, 9.5 out of 10 accidents will be prevented. You treat every firearm like it's loaded. This is ridiculous. It'll be interesting to see where they got the firearm. What else is going on here? Police say the suspect will be charged as an adult and is currently charged with first-degree assault. I feel like there's more to this story. That's what I think. I'll be looking for that. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, I'll see if we have any additional details. I don't know if you guys heard me say it earlier. Pete Buttigieg says he was the victim of a hoax, and it sounds like essentially a swatting situation, but with Child Protective Services, which really, there are some things you just do not play with. I say this, I don't care how you feel about someone's politics, how they serve, what they do. An individual's home is off, 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 off. limits. You do not go near or mess with anyone's family. I said this back when they were trying to protest Woodfin's house. You just do not go to someone's home, especially when there are children involved. I'll get more details about that in a little bit. You guys stay tuned. Well, good afternoon, everyone. April Marie here, filling in for Leland. I've been saying till Wednesday. It's actually till Thursday. One more day, AJ. I literally just had it like written wrong. Like I thought it was to Thursday, not through Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get to hang out a whole extra day. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. Then you would have gotten a phone call from me and be like, where are you?
5 hours of radio for you, AJ. You know I'd never do that. I tell you what. A lot, woof, a lot going on in the news. Pete Buttigieg was briefly separated from his children after a false police tip. Authorities are saying it was essentially the equivalent of a swatting, but instead of a call that somebody was in imminent danger, someone said that the children were being abused. That is horrific. It is. A lot of people have very strong feelings about. I mean, and there's a lot to deconstruct in terms of who he is as a person, what he has done in politics, the fact that he and his husband, he and his partner adopted. There's a lot going on in this situation, but you do not mess with children. I do not have any. There's no sympathy coming from me for people who are like, but it's politics. No, this man has custody of these children, has adopted them, whatever their personal situation is. Even if you do not like the law, that is just something we just don't do, people. Yikes. I'm horrified to hear that, and I'm horrified on the children's behalf. I mean, have to be separated from the family they know is not okay. All right, let's looking at some of today's top headlines. I mentioned the juvenile who shot the teen who shot another teen. I don't know why I'm saying juvenile. What the heck? In Dothan as a prop. Look, guys, do not take for granted that your children know firearm basics. I feel like most listeners of Talk 99.5 will have talked to their children about firearm safety. But just in case, I want to encourage you, if you are just like, there's no guns in my house anyway, they're going to come across them. Whether their buddies have one, they go to a house that has them and they're not secured, whatever the situation is in life, every individual needs to be taught firearm safely, and they need to be taught this from a young age. I say all the time, I'm a huge NRA person. If you miss the memo, and they've got Eddie the Eagle, who which is a program for kids. They've got a little YouTube video, maybe even a couple little YouTube videos where it tells them to stop, don't touch the gun, go tell an adult. For kids a little older, teenagers, same deal. Safe handling of a firearm. We have come to a place in society that is goofy, where the left will villainize the weapon and not the person who uses the weapon. One of my probably biggest pet peeves on the left is like, is they act as though a firearm is going to shoot somebody. I've owned one particular firearm. Gosh, I've owned it for decades now. It's never shot anyone. Do you know why? Because I've never pointed it and pulled a trigger. The firearm itself is completely harmless. It's the intention of the person behind the trigger and or the ignorance of a person behind the trigger that causes these problems. I had this. I'll tell you and I've said this before. I cleared one of my firearms, and one of the kids had learned or had a conversation at school about guns, and was scared of guns. And I took one of my guns and a revolver, I call it Baby Wesson. It's a little Smith and Wesson. It used to be an officer's off-duty weapon, and I got it secondhand. And I took that. I had like a high-heeled shoe, a knife, a pair of scissors, if I recall correctly. I might have had another thing or two. I put them all, and I said, which of these are dangerous? And of course the kids were like, the gun, and I'm like, all of these or none of these are dangerous. It depends on who's handling and how they're handling them. I could take this stiletto shoe I'm wearing, although it's a small one. They're little baby ones. I think they're like 33 inches. I could make a weapon out of this. I could go whack somebody with the top of the shoe or the heel of this shoe and really cause some damage. Same with an ink pen, pair of scissors, knife. The gun isn't inherently more dangerous because it's a gun. It's in the hands of and how it's being used. And so to see these, and I put in air quotes, accidental shootings that we get on occasion, to see something like this is always frustrating because a little general firearm safety would prevent this nonsense. I also feel strongly that if a parent or guardian is responsible for a weapon that hasn't been secured properly and the person doesn't know firearm training, if a parent hasn't gone out of their way to prevent something like this, they bear some responsibility. There are people who are strong supporters of the Second Amendment who will disagree with me on that, and it's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to be wrong. It's the same as I feel about people who leave firearms in their vehicles and then they leave the vehicle unlocked and it gets stolen and used in a crime. Come on, folks. Like, you have with great rights come responsibility. If you're a knucklehead who leaves a firearm in your car overnight in plain view and someone steals that, we've got a problem because you had a responsibility. Oh, but it was my car and nobody should have gone in it. No, they shouldn't have. But you in fact should not have left that there. I was watching. I was flipping through headlines earlier, and somehow came across. I don't know in what I was looking at the SCOTUS decision. Somebody was put up a image of the myths related to buying guns, the gun show loophole. Short version of it. People are ignorant about the Second Amendment. People are ignorant about firearm safety, and I feel like we should all take part in fixing that problem. All right, looking at other things, we've got World Cup. Oh, I started to mention this earlier and then got distracted, but Yahoo's tried to make there be a World Cup Pride game, and let's see, the World Cup Prime match. It was the Egypt versus Iran game. And in Seattle, Washington, it was designated by the city as the Pride match. How do you think that went over? Not very well. Seattle will be allowed to keep the Pride flags up. But we'll talk a little bit about that response here in a minute. You guys hold tight. April Marie filling in for Leland. You can find me on X, by the way. APRYLMARIE. Back in just a second.